Hello, everybody. My mic working? Slay. How are we all? I'm a mommy. Mamacita. How is everyone? Oof. Sitting down still a little bit of a challenge. Little bit. Yeah, we can do birth story. We can do that. We can do the vibes. I'm a little bit tired. Un po'. But yeah, she's 11 days old today. Little baby. I wish I could show you. I wish I could be like, this is my baby. But we're keeping her offline for her safety. Yeah. But yeah, I had a baby. I can't believe that she was in my belly like 2 weeks ago. So weird. I feel like I already don't remember being pregnant. I know I hated it and I remember hating it, but like I feel like it's been so long since I've been pregnant. Like I look at pictures of me pregnant and I'm like, who is that? I do not miss the bump. I do not miss the bump at all. Nope. No. Red Bull was 10 out of 10. Had a great one. Loved it. Yeah, she's so cute. She's got little dimples. She's got my, I mean, Sam has dimples as well, but she's got my round dimples. It's so cute. I know. What do you miss most about pregnancy? No, literally nothing. I genuinely miss zero things about pregnancy. What's the first thing you ate you haven't been able to? First thing I had was no, sushi. I had sushi the night she was born. I gave birth at 5:20 p.m. and I was eating sushi at like 8 p.m. Was a good time. Was a good time. My back's so much better. Did I have a natural birth or C-section? I had a natural, quote unquote, natural birth. I didn't have a C-section. So was jazzed about that because I really, really didn't think I'd be able to handle. I went from wanting an elective C-section before being pregnant, being like, there's no way I'm giving birth. Like I have to have a C-section, to then absolutely not wanting a C-section because I realized how tough the recovery is. And I was like, I don't want to be doing that with a newborn. Like the women that do it, holy freaking cow, you guys are actually insane. Like you are super women. Like when I pick her up at night to like feed her and stuff, I'm like, the idea of doing this with a massive fat off fresh scar that's been cut through, like I just don't know how you guys did it. Like I think about Faith every night. I pick up Junie and I'm like, I can't believe Faith did this with a C-section. Like I just can't believe it. I had 2 emergency C-sections. Yeah, that's, oh, it was everything and more, Liv. I recorded it. We recorded it for memories. Somebody did get me a push present. Yes. I'm currently wearing it. So we love that. The push was thanks, James. You've announced things, right? I get so scared. No, you definitely have, and you've said his name. I don't want to say anything. Okay, cool. Yes. Fear. Yeah, having Sophie as well be pregnant at the exact same time was just 10 out of 10. And we gave birth, then we swapped due dates. Thanks, James. I was due on the 25th. Yeah. I was a week early. So I was actually induced. Should we do birth story? Shall we do the vibes? I was due on the 25th. I was induced at 39 weeks on the dot. I honestly had the best birth. Like, it was so good. After my horrific pregnancy, birth was 10 out of 10. I would do it over again. Like, it was so good. Don't get me wrong, hard, but a big slay. Pregnancy, I'm not good at being pregnant. It does not suit me. It does not, like, and I don't mean physically. I don't mean I don't look good pregnant. I mean, it does not suit me mentally, physically. Like, my body does not like being pregnant at all. So yeah. So I knew I was getting induced on the 19th. No, I got induced evening of the 18th. So we went in at 9 p.m. to start our induction. And I went in at 9. We got to the hospital, kind of settled in a little bit. And then the way that they started my induction was they gave me a gel. They like put a gel inside me. It's gonna be a fun story. That basically has like a hormone type thing in it. I think that basically can kind of kickstart things moving. At this point, hang on. I'm jumping ahead. Guys. I'm missing stuff out. Okay. No. So that's the Friday. Let's go back to the Monday. I had something called a sweep. Now, if you don't know what a sweep is, it's basically like something that a midwife, an obstetrician can do, where they basically put their hand in, not the whole hand, like put their fingers in, and they like sweep your cervix and try and essentially, like, they can only do it if you've started dilating, but they basically like put their finger in to try and like move the cells and stuff. A membrane sweep, yeah. And it's not that it didn't hurt, because it did a little bit, but when I tell you I was in hysterics, like laughing when she did it, because I was, oh, we've got ads, sorry guys. Everyone's saying please wait for us to come back. Shall I wait, guys? Shall I be nice? Shall I wait? I'll wait, and then they have to subscribe. Are the ads done? Good God. Good God. Thank you everyone subbing. Right, we're back. If the ads crop up again, I'm going to carry on. Just putting that out there. Little Prime sub for free. Whoa! Anyway, okay. So, had the sweep. So, yeah, put a finger in. They go like this. Just cervix. And it is rather uncomfortable. But as I was saying, I thought it was absolutely hilarious because I knew what a sweep was. I've heard of it. Like, my cousin's an obstetrician. Like, I've had a lot of info. I probably had a lot more info than most people have going into these things because I've got family members that do this for a living. So I went in and I was like, okay, she's going to like, ooh, do that. And it's going to be a bit painful. She, guys, I was a puppet for that moment. My girl was, the bed was shaking. Her arm, like the shoulder was rolling. She was up in there giving it. And they do say, like, for a good sweep, you want it to be like quite aggressive, literally like Elmo. And I was like hysterically laughing because I was like, I literally went, Jesus Christ, because I was so shocked at how like aggressive it was. And I was just like, I thought it was so funny. And to be fair, like, yeah, it hurt, but it was so funny. I couldn't even like experience the pain because I was like, no, this is so funny. Simon was there, but he couldn't see it. She just said her first word. Really? 11 days old? Wow. What was it? Was it sub? Was it subscribe? No, Simon was there, but he couldn't see. So like he was in the room and then they pulled a curtain round. And I was kind of like, I wish Simon was that. Dad's way better. Right. Slay. Yeah, I was kind of disappointed that he didn't see, because I was like, it was so funny. I was like, I wish you'd have experienced, because all he could hear was me going, Jesus Christ, ha ha ha, like laughing, being like, what the hell was happening to me? So anyway, had the sweep on the Monday, and I then that evening started getting some contractions, and I was like, because I originally didn't want to have the induction. I did want the induction, but I wanted to go into labor before the induction, ideally. That was my ideal. So I was like, oh my God, the sweeps worked. Like, the contractions are happening. They were really like sporadic, but they were starting to be painful. And I was like, slow. Tuesday comes, I'm still having very sporadic contractions, like a few in an hour. I was like, okay. And then Tuesday evening, they start to be regular, like 8 minutes apart. Wednesday, 8 minutes apart. And Simon and I were like, oh my God, I think this is going to happen. Our hospital was in London. So we were like, we know we're going in for the induction on Friday. Should we just go up to London now? And if I go into labour properly, we're then not like over an hour away from the hospital. Let's just go in. So we went into London Wednesday evening. Contractions, obviously, stop. Almost completely. So we were like, brilliant. Typical. So we then got to Friday, gets to 9 p.m. We go into the hospital for the induction. We have the gel that I was telling you guys about that kind of start things along. And normally with the gel, they say that sometimes you can need a few gels. Like, they wait for 6 hours, they check at you again, and then give you another gel, and then wait 6 hours. The gel burns. It doesn't really hurt, but it burns for like a good hour after it goes in. So it was a bit uncomfortable, but it was fine. And she basically assessed me and went, we're not even going to check you in 6 hours. Like, you only need one gel. You're already slightly, like, your body's already starting to do what it needs to do. So we'll just do the gel, and then tomorrow morning we're going to break your waters and put you on the hormone drip. It's like, say less. Okay. So we go to sleep, cool, in the hospital, wake up, have breakfast at 8:30. And then she was like, do you want the epidural? Because I said, give me them drugs, give me the epidural. I don't want to feel nothing. Which, plot twist, I did feel things because of the type of epidural I had, but we'll get to that. But I was like, run it up. So she was like, do you want the epidural before we break your waters, or do you want it after? Like, what we saying? So I was kind of like, I don't know what normal is, but like, before? And she was like, yeah, that's what most people do. So we set up the epidural. Well, there's still pain. No, so it was an option, Camel. I chose to have a little bit of pain. We'll see. You'll see. So they put the epidural in. And basically, the epidural that I had was a little thing that goes into your back. Like, it's just a tube. And then the tube comes here. And I could literally play with it like this. That was it. That's the epidural. And then they can then attach a syringe to the tube and put some drugs into my spine that then can either completely like block my legs and I could not walk. I could feel absolutely nothing. Like, that's the option. Or you can top it up a little bit so that your legs are kind of a little bit numb, but like you can still walk, you can still kind of feel things, and that's what I went for. So we topped up the epidural very infrequently so that I could still feel like I got up and went to the bathroom, like I could walk, and like I could feel the contractions, and they were kind of like uncomfortable, they just weren't super painful. So were you laying about with a needle in your spine? So it's not a needle. This is what a lot of people think the epidural is. It's a tube. So they put a needle in to obviously create the space, and then put like a tiny, really tiny thin tube in to your back. It's super thin. No. And then they take the needle out, and then they tape the tube to your back really, really tight. So you can't move it. Like, it's honestly, it was really like uncomfortable to be put in. Kind of like a catheter, yeah. it's really uncomfortable. Like it was a bit cringy. Like it was a bit like, ooh, I can kind of feel it in my back. But it was very manageable. The worst part, the bit that I reacted to, and the anaesthetist thought it was hilarious that was the thing I reacted to and not the needle. The sanitizing spray because it was cold. Yeah, that was yeah. And then he put the needle in. Right, you didn't jump for that, and I was like, no. He was like, okay, most people normally jump at that part, not at the cold spray. I was like, the spray was really cold. It was so cold. It really wasn't that bad. Like, I mean, I'm pretty good with needles, but still, it like the epidural was so much easier than labor. So I was like, yes, give me that. So the epidural's in at this point. I've had one top up, so I can very much feel my legs absolutely fine. They're just slightly, like, you know when you sit on your legs for a bit and they're a little bit pins and needly? That's kind of what they felt like. Like I could walk, I could touch them, I could feel them. I could feel that I was having a contraction. I could feel my stomach tighten. It just didn't really hurt that much. So then I had my waters broken. And that was weird. So I laid back on the bed, legs spread eagle, famously. You spend most of your day with your legs like that. Is it just like wetting yourself? No, it is a hell of a lot more than wetting yourself. Simon sat next to me. He was like, this is so weird. And she was like, right, we're gonna pop your waters. So she goes in with something, I don't know what it was, and it literally just like gushes out of you like a tap. It just poured out, and like I'm kind of numb, so I was like, I can feel that there's water coming out of me, but like also not properly. I was like, this is just weird. I literally was just laying there like, cool. This is cool. Like I don't really know what to do with myself. They did all that, cleared that up, cool. Then they gave me the hormone drip. So the way that the hormone drip works is they start it like really, 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 really minimal. It's like 3 ml of oxytocin, like an hour or something. And then every half to sort of test to see if your body can handle it, if the baby can handle it. Because this whole time I've got like a monitor on me. I had a monitor on me to monitor baby's heart rate. Oh, the mic keeps cutting out. I think it's because I'm hitting like if I hit my desk, I think that's when it cuts out, and I keep is it better now? I think it's because I was hitting the desk when I was doing that. Cool. So start the drip. This is now, so I eat breakfast at 8:30, and then my waters are broken at 9:30, and I'm on the hormone drip by 10, maybe 10:30. I think 10:30. So they basically were like, what we're going to do is we're going to come back in 4 hours and assess you, and we'll see where we're at. At this point, I'm 2 centimeters dilated, so really not dilated at all. The night before I was 1 centimeter, so I'd gone up 1 centimeter just about. That was it. This was private. We went private for both. So she was like, we'll leave you 4 hours, like we'll come and check every now and again, but 4 hours. It then gets to like 3 hours gone. 10:30, 11:30, 12:30, 1:30. Yeah, 3 hours, 3.5 hours. And they noticed the baby's heart rate was being a bit funny. So they came in and they were like, we're not super happy with how she's responding. Like, we're going to turn down your hormone drip a little bit, but also we're just going to reposition you and see if it's her, like see if it's me, like my position. So they moved me around. Everything was then fine. Her heart rate was fine, but they were like, since we're here, we'll go get the obstetrician. She might as well just check you now instead of the 4-hour wait. So she was like, right, let me check. And at this point, it's me, my 2 midwives, the obstetrician, Simon. She assesses, like she's got a hand in, and she like goes, okay, yeah, you're about 9 centimeters, nearly 10. And everyone in the room went, what? We all thought that I'd be like 4. So we were all literally like, oh, okay. And the midwives are like, what? They were like, we did not think you'd be giving birth on our shift. So I was like, oh shit, what happens now? Like, what happens? She was like, well, we just kind of like, we'll leave it another hour, and see what everything looks like. She was like, but the baby, she was like, from what I can feel, she's facing the wrong way. She was like, so that's really jarring. We'll give her an hour, but like whether she turns or not, who knows? So I was kind of laying there like, oh shit, okay, but cool. She was like, let's do a little practice push. And I was like, what do you mean a practice push? That's really scary. She was like, we're just gonna do a practice push just to see where she is, like if you're bearing down, like so I can get an idea. And I was like, okay. So we did one practice push. Cool. And then she's like, cool. No, she was head down, but she was facing backwards essentially. So she was like, right, we'll leave it another hour and we'll reassess you. So at this point it's like 1:30, 2 p.m. Let's say 2. We'll leave you an hour. Leaves me an hour, comes back. She's like, yep, you're 10 centimeters. And she was like, oh my God. And the baby's turned around. She was like, big freaking slay. Like, she's done it. Like, she was so excited. She was like, she's turned. Like, let's go. I was like, oh my God, yes. Magic baby. She was like, right, you're 10 centimeters, but baby's fine. You're fine. Let's leave it another hour. And see how far she can get herself down, because obviously the further down she gets, the less distance you have to push. So at this point it's 3 p.m. She's like, let's wait another hour. We get to them 4. She kind of comes back in and she's like, right, in the next sort of 30 minutes I reckon we start pushing. And I was like, you know, you're just laying there. I was like, oh my God, I have to push this baby out. I was like, oh my God. I was looking at Simon like, okay, in the next half an hour, I'm going to push this baby out. Okay. Oh my God. And then it gets to like 20 past 4, 4:30. She was like, right, it's fucking go time, mate. She didn't say it's fucking go time. She was like, right, Talia, we're going to start pushing now. And I was like, oh, okay. Like, it felt so fast and so just like casual, because like at this point I've topped up the epidural like 4 times maybe since 9:30. Also, I've not eaten. You can't eat on the oxytocin drip. You can't eat really when you're in labor, because in case you need an emergency C-section and have to be put under general, you can't eat. So I haven't eaten since 8:30. My adrenaline is like pumping. I haven't topped up my epidural in maybe an hour, so that I could feel the contractions. They didn't really hurt. They hurt a bit. Like, it was like, oh, like this is uncomfortable, but it was fine. But so I could feel the contractions, so I knew when to push. But it was just kind of like, all right, it's time to push now. And I was like as in like now, as in just push, go. What do you mean? So it's me, Simon, my obstetrician, who I'd seen throughout my pregnancy, and then 2 midwives who I'd met on that shift, who, can I just say, were the absolute light of my life. They were so good. Their vibes were crisp. Like, they made it such a good experience. Like, they were such good midwives. One of them was a student, and the other one was a, fully qualified, trained, whatever you want to call it, not a student. But they were literally like 10 out of 10. Could not fault them in literally any way. I can imagine how people's midwives completely changed their experience, because we were laughing, we were joking, like it was just good. So yeah, it then gets to the point of like, right, it's time to push. And I was like, oh my God. So I'm kind of on this bed, kind of sat up, legs are like propped up, but on, not like in stirrups, just like my feet are up. And they're like, she was like, right, okay, next contraction, you're gonna push. I was like, oh my, okay, oh my God, like this is wild. And when I pushed, I could feel it, like And like when it got to the point of her actually coming out, it did sting a bit, but like it was so manageable. Like, so even the word pain is like, feels a little bit strong. It was a little bit painful, but it was so fine. Like having the epidural, I just hit my desk again, which is why I cut out. The epidural is that girl. She's that girl, because it still stung, but like it was manageable. Like I was making jokes, like we were chilling, like I filmed the birth. And when I watch it back, like there's a point where I go, so how is everyone doing? Because it was a very, very calm room. Like it was really calm. No one was like shouting or screaming or loud. Like it was just very like, so yeah, we start pushing at like 4:30. Push. Cool. It's fine. She came out at 5:20. I pushed for 45 minutes. So calm. Like, let me just say that it is exhausting. Like the amount of effort that you exert is so intense. It's so intense. But I then get to, yeah, she then, like I could see, so obviously I've still got a belly at this point because she's in there, / half in there, and I've got like my placenta and, you know, there's still shit in my abdomen. So I was like, I can't really see anything, but as soon as her head came out, I could see her head. No, I didn't poo. I didn't poo myself, guys. I thought I had. So, funny. Also TMI, but I fear I don't have a filter. I filmed from the side because I thought, let's not go too intense. Let's do like a profile situation. Let's not get the whole, well, let me tell you, when you give birth, you can see from the side very, very fucking clearly. Very clearly. Things change, things grow. It's mental. So I thought I'd pooed myself because I looked to the right at the camera and I was like, I can see something. I can see something. I was like, that's poo. Like, that's poo. It has to be. I was like, oh my God, I've literally shit myself. This is wild. And after I gave birth and we finished, I was like, right, guys. I said to the midwives and my OB, I was like, did I shit myself? How bad? How bad? Not did I was like, how bad did I poo myself? They were like, you didn't? I was like, no. I was like, guys, I'm not embarrassed. I was like, you can tell me. Like, you don't need to pretend. They were like, no, you genuinely didn't. I looked at Simon. He was like, no, Tolly, you actually didn't. I could very much see that you didn't. I was like, but I could see on the camera something. And he was like, that was, he literally goes, he was like, that was not poo. That was your vagina. Mean? Why could you see it from the side? What do you mean? And I watched the video back and bro, fucking mental. So what you expect is that when you give birth, you expect it to go like this. You expect it to just open like that. No, obviously the baby's head has to come out. So the baby's head goes like this. And then it opens. Which I never thought about until I saw the side profile. And obviously it goes back. But like, watching the video, I was like, what the hell is that? Most people don't see it from the side. Most people don't watch their birth from the side. They either film from the head end or they don't film that. Like, and it's the way he looked at me and went, Talia, that wasn't poo. I was like, sorry? He's like, yeah, I could see everything. I was like, oh my God. Oh my God. Did I need stitches? Yes, so I did tear. I did tear. But it was a 1st degree, so it could have been worse. But it does hurt still, I'm not gonna lie. That's why I've taken so long to stream. It's been 11 days since I've given birth. But as in, like, sitting here, I wouldn't be able to do it a few days ago. No, I didn't get an episiotomy. I just ripped. I did have a student midwife, yes. So anyway, they pull her out, obviously cord attached, put her on. They're like, take your baby. And I was like, oh yeah. I was in actual shock. Like, I didn't cry. I was just like, I was hyperventilating. Like, you can see it on my face. I'm literally like, oh my God, what the freaking hell is happening? Like, there's a human baby on me. I don't know what to do. Like, I was literally just staring at her like, oh my God, like, this is really, really overwhelming. I then started to cry a little bit. Like, I really didn't properly cry. I was so, honestly, my body went into shock. Like, I was so just like, what the hell is happening? Like, I couldn't even process. I then cried a little bit. Like, it was more just like overwhelmed cry rather than like, I wasn't sobbing or anything. Simon then cut the cord, delivered the placenta, and then they sewed me up, which I could see. And I was like, this is weird. But yeah, no, Simon did not cry. Neither of us did. We were both just in shock. It was just a very like, yeah. So I could feel the stitches a little bit because my epidural, obviously I didn't have a full epidural. So I could feel it a little bit, and I was like, oh, I might need a little like a local anesthetic because I can literally feel the thread going through me. She was like, oh, okay, yeah, let's do that. So I did have an epidural, yes, big fat fucking slay. Yeah, birth though, honestly, I could not fault it. Obviously, okay, I wish I didn't tear, but also, let's be real, you're probably gonna tear. Yeah. What made you not do the full epidural? It's a lot harder to push when you can't feel anything. Like, a lot harder. Yeah. It was just, I just didn't want to have, I wanted to be able to walk. I wanted to be able to just know what's going on with my body. I just was terrified of the extreme pain. So it was the perfect happy medium of like, could feel a little bit, hurt a little bit, but like so bearable. And then, yeah, it was good. It was a good time. I now only want to be induced because it was nice knowing what was happening and like, yeah. Did you stomach train now after the birth? I can't yet really because I still have, obviously, like where your placenta leaves your body, you've got like a wound in your like uterus that needs to kind of heal. I've also obviously still got stitches that like need to sort out. I don't want to pop. And in fact, my stitches came apart the other day. I had to go back into hospital. I was like, something doesn't quite feel right. They're a little bit extra painful today. So I looked at a mirror and I was like, that's just an open wound. There's just a full slash. Like, that's horrible. Oh my God. So I text my OB and I was like, I might need to come in and get restitched because something don't look right. So I went in. She was like, to be fair, like it is fine. They have parted. Your stitches have come apart, but like it will heal absolutely fine like this. She was like, but I'll take your stitches out and glue them instead. No anesthetic. She was like, it shouldn't really hurt that much. It shouldn't really hurt. I was like, babe, you say it shouldn't hurt, but I've come in because it hurts. So removing the stitches and gluing it with no anesthetic is probably going to hurt. Guess who was right? It did fucking hurt. So she pulled the stitches out and I was like, and then she glued it and that stung like a motherfucker. But yeah, it's fine. Yeah. Oh, but yeah, the birth, 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10. Had a really good time. It was good fun. Junie is with Simon right now. I don't know if she's sleeping. She probably is because she's a newborn, and that's basically all she does. So I was worried about sharing too much. I'm very much just like, I forgot what I was saying. I completely forgot what I was saying. I got a message that completely confused me. How much did she weigh? She was £5. So we were told she was £5.9, but I think she was £5.15. She was small. She was really, really small. Very small baby. Yeah, I think she was £5.15. I think they meant 5.9. She was 2.7 kg. She was really little. No, she wasn't preemie, but she was tiny baby. Tiny baby. But yeah. Yeah, the stitches were not my fave. Not my fave. Dogs aren't here at the moment. We've had them with their trainer for a couple weeks while we have Junie settle in, and then we'll intro. Blue, she's got blue eyes right now, but babies are always born with blue eyes. At the moment I'm breastfeeding. But at some point I imagine I'll intro formula. I'm pumping as well so that Simon can do some feeds, but right now nighttime is a little bit like, because with breast milk you have to put it in the fridge, and then at night he has to heat it up if I want him to feed her, and it's just a bit of a palaver because she's then hungry, and it's like, whereas if we did formula, like if he had fed her formula and I did breast milk, he could just straight away. So yeah, Junie is Juni. £9.6. Oh my god. No, babies can't eat solids, or they can't be weaned until 6 months. So she's a milky girl. Yeah, 19/7. Someone was like, oh my god, her birthday is XIX7. That's so sick. How long does it usually take for the bump to fully go? So my bump is fully gone. I don't know, it's different for everyone. But I don't have a bump anymore. I'm definitely not like the same as what I was before. But like, if you didn't know me, you wouldn't know that I was pregnant necessarily. Well, I'm not pregnant, but you know what I mean. I do not miss my bump at all, no. Not even a little bit. And I look at pictures of me with the bump and I'm like, who the hell is that? Like, who is that? Have I had Red Bull yet? Hell yeah, I have. First Red Bull was so good. It was so good. Has anyone visited yet? We've had visitors basically every single day. I was very much like, yeah, everyone come say hey. First food I had was sushi. Oh yeah, I'm an open book. Open book. Josh and Freya are godparents, yes. Did you and Simon agree on the name straight away? Kind of. Like, we were talking about names for ages, and then I said Junie. I brought it up, and he was like, oh my god, because he has a grandma, like a late grandma called June. He was like, I really like that, you know, Junie, like June for my grandma. I like the name. We wanted something that was like unique but not weird. I know some people think it's weird, but like, it is a name. It's just not a common name, and it's not common in the UK. It's much more common in other parts of the world. So yeah, and then Angel is my sister's name. So a lot of people were like, Angel's a weird name, and I was like, yeah, fair, but it's my sister's name. I do love the name Juno, but Juno was ruined a little bit by Sabrina Carpenter, in the sense of obviously it's a sex song. So I was like, eh. But yeah, no, we had a few different names, and we've already, like, we had one name that we really liked for a girl that we were like, I think this might be her name, but if we have another child and it's a boy, we know what we're calling. If we have a boy, we have a name. We know what we're calling him. and it's the name that we liked for a girl is the girl version of that. And we were like, if we have a girl and call her that, and then we have a boy, we can't then call him the boy version because it'd be ridiculous. So we need to not use that name. And if we have another girl, then cool, we'd use that name. But we were just like, we actually can't be using that name because then we screw ourselves if we ever have a boy, because we like one boy name. One in the whole world. We've already decided on. Did Angel cry? Yes. Jelly sobbed. We filmed it in the hospital telling her because she didn't know. And she literally was like, and she's not really a cry like that. No, the idea of having another baby literally sends me into a spiral of shock and fear. But I'm just trying to be realistic. I know that probably at some point we'll want another one, but not for a hot minute. Don't get me wrong. Do not get me wrong. No, no one guessed it. Would you ever consider surrogacy? I think no, because even though I had a horrible pregnancy, I did it and I know I can do it. So I'm like, just do it. Especially if it's one more kid, just do it one more time. Just one more and then no more. So it's like at that point, like my body wasn't ever in danger. I was never in danger in pregnancy. I had a very safe pregnancy, even though it was horrible and I was in a lot of pain and I was very sick. Again, I lived. So I'm like, But yeah, the idea of having another baby, let's not do that anytime soon. Ow. But yeah, no. Yes, why you guys went Min tomorrow, not Marminta? Yes, because Marminta sounds like Marmite. That's literally it. That's genuinely the only reason. I'm just Mar. Simon's just Minta. Can I see your nails, please? Why would you... Sam, why would you at me like that? I don't have nails. I'm a mommy. I don't bloody... Valorant. To be fair. R is my legal surname, yeah. Yeah, a lot of people were like, isn't her surname Haddock? And I was like, well, yeah, like 3 years ago, 4 years ago, 5 years. I mean, I've gone by Mar since I was 18. I legally changed it a few years ago. But like, Mar is my surname. Everyone knows me as Mar. Literally, Poppy. Like, who is that? No, it's still Natalia. Who is she? What time is it? Oh shit, my mum should be here any minute. I'm not going to stay on for too long. As soon as my mum gets here, I'll head off. It was only going to be a quick little stream. Let me have a look at the location. Why don't you change Natalia? Because Natalia, even though I don't go by Natalia, Natalia still feels like my name somewhat. Whereas like Haddock, like Mar is my last name. Like I've gone by that for so long that it just feels weird to even consider that Haddock. No, it's just no. That's not my name. Did you have any songs playing when giving birth? No, I did it in silence. Famously. I did not want music playing. Yeah, I did it. I had the room because I did not want I didn't want anything traumatic to happen during one of my favorite songs because it would have ruined the song for me. Didn't want that. And 2, I wanted to concentrate, and music distracts me so heavily. It's the same reason I don't have music in my stream, because if there was music playing right now, but I'm not talking, I'd be singing. There is no way. I can't concentrate. So like when I was like, no, when I push, I just want to zone in and just push as hard as I can and focus. And I'm glad I did, because I think I'd have been so distracted. How long did the whole thing take? Pushing was 45 minutes. From the first part of the induction to giving birth, it was 20 hours? 19? Not long. Not long. No, Faith hasn't met her yet. We literally were talking about it today. We need to organize a little date. Would you say she looks more like you or Simon? I think she looks there's some pictures that she looks just like me in. And there's some pictures of Simon as a baby that I'm like, oh, okay, I can really see Simon. But she's still so fresh. It's hard to like tell. But she's got my dimples. She's got very chubby cheeks like me. And little dimples. And right now she's got my almond eyes, but I feel like a lot of babies have almond eyes, so it's kind of like you can't really tell. She's a baby. Her nose looks like my nose now. So people are like, she's got your nose. I'm like, this one or? She's just got a cute little Scooby nose, because I mean all babies have cute little Scooby noses. Oh, the newborn baby smell, I know. Yeah, we're doing the no kissing rule. No kissing. Angel's not an Italian name, it's actually French. So my mum just went with it. Freya did cry, I think, yeah. I think all the girls cried. More than I did. I was just so shocked. I was just too in shock to even cry. Like, yes, she will 100% be vaccinated. Are you shaving the hair she was born with? No. Maybe if it all went super like patchy, but like I don't think so. It's a thing in certain cultures, isn't it? That they shave babies' heads when they're born. But when I was born with hair as well, and I didn't lose my hair. It just carried on growing. So her hair might not go. Did Junie cry when she first came out pregnant? What babies do? She did, but it was quite a calm cry. Like, she didn't scream. She just was like, meh, meh. But she's not really a crier. Touch wood. Obviously, things can change. But in the first 11 days, she's been pretty good. She just cries when she wants something. So as long as we know what it is that she wants, she's all right. Yeah, but we'll see. We will see. I wouldn't say a lot of sleep, no. She's still a newborn. Who do you have in the room? Just Simon. Well, obviously the midwives and like the people birthing, but like of people that know me, Simon. Not really, Jodie. We had a little one that we had to clean up, but it went through her sleep suit, but only a little bit. If it wasn't that bad, it could have been a lot worse. No, I didn't have my mum. I didn't want, like, I just wanted Simon there because I love that people want their mums there, and I'm actually I'm probably a lot closer to my mum than I should be. A lot of people are like, this is an unhealthy amount of closeness, but I just really wanted it to just be me and Simon meeting our child for the first time without any external stimuli. I was just like, we're meeting our child for the first time. I just want it to be us. It's too early to tell about eczema. It can take a little while for it to kick in. Right now she doesn't have it, but I don't think any baby is born with eczema. I think it kicks in when their intolerances and stuff do. So we'll see. Oh, she was unwell, Sam. She literally sobbed. When I see you, I can show you the video because I filmed it. Which bottles do you use? So I'm breastfeeding, but the bottles that I've used to express and like we've given her like 5 bottles. Are Mam, I want to say they're called Mam. She takes them fine. She takes them fine. Did you tell her? Did she read off the little name card? We didn't have a name card. So we told her when she got there. What breast pump do you recommend? The Medela hand pump's really good, and then I have the Mum Cozy Electrics, but they're all I've used, so I don't know if they're better or worse or whatever. Yeah, I was going to say this, 11, with plastic bottles. I don't know about plastic, but glass heats up so quickly and burns. Like, it retains heat so much longer. So until she's on formula, I'm kind of like, I might use plastic and then switch to glass when it's formula, and it doesn't have to be heated anymore. Because glass is just, like, when you have to heat up a bottle, it just retains the heat so much longer. No, so the formula that we have, we're not using it yet, but like is pre-made. I'm not doing the mixing. So you can just have it. So it's just room temperature. Oh, nice, James. Do you know which ones you have? I really like the man ones. I really like them. Yeah, I've got glass bottles to store the milk in, and then plastic to feed, if we feed. Sophie and I were literally saying, we were like, if we ever have another baby, we're going to have to try and figure out how we time this again, because I actually could not have done it without her. Like, I actually physically could not. I wouldn't have coped. I simply would not have. Yeah, mentally I feel good. I feel all right. I feel all right. It definitely could have been. Like, I know there's still time for shit to hit, but I feel okay. I just feel a bit tired. That's literally it. Yeah. Were you worried about postpartum depression? I was a bit, but also I'm very, like, I've got a lot of people around me. So as much as I was worried, I know I'm in a good position if it did hit. I think I'm okay. Again, still early, but the hormone crash has started. I felt it, I can feel it. But like, I'm not like devastatingly, like I'm not upset. I'm just a bit like, whoa, all over the place, you know? Do you feel pregnancy tired and newborn tired are so different? Yeah, I think pregnancy tired is worse. I don't know, they're just different. Like, they are just different, because pregnancy tired, like, I was just so uncomfortable. I didn't even want to sleep. Like, I was so tired, but I didn't even want to sleep, because like, I can't even have good sleep. Now I can't have good sleep because she might fuss or whatever, but like, I'm comfortable in my body. Like, I can lay on my side and be like, okay, I'm relaxed at least. Whereas I couldn't relax in pregnancy, you know? Although my eyes are heavy right now. Ooh. I need to figure out dinner. In fact, I do need to go because my mum's literally about to pull up. Right, I'm gonna head off. Hopefully I will stream a bit more now that I'm back a little bit. Obviously I do have an 11-year-old baby. 11-day-old baby. So streams aren't going to be very long if I am streaming, but I hopefully will be a bit more regular now that I'm not pregnant as fuck anymore. And as soon as my stitches get better as well, like the more that I heal, the more I'll be able to sit and like do more, because I've been on for 1 hour, yeah, and it's starting to be a bit like, all right, this chair's not great for it. But yeah, I will see you guys maybe in a few days, and enjoy Andy's stream. He's playing Valo. Love it. All right, bye.